चित्तस्य पदेन वाचा मलं शरीरस्य च वैद्यकेन योपाकरोतं प्रवरं मुनीनां पतञ्जलिं प्राञ्जलिरानतोऽस्मि। सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। यस्यान्तानादिमध्यं हि करचरणं नाम गोत्रं न सूत्रं नो जातिर्नैव वर्णानुभूति पुरुषो नानुपुंसं न च स्त्रीनात्मारं नाविकारं न हि जननिमरणं नास्ति पुण्यं न पापं नो तत्त्वं तत्त्वमेकं साजसमरसं सद्गुरुं त्वं नमामि सद्गुरुं त्वं नमामि। सनातन धर्म ಶಂಕರಾಚಾರ್ಯರು ಪತಂಜಲಿ ಯೋಗ ಸೂತ್ರ ಮತ್ತು ನನ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲ ಗುರುಗಳಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ತರಗತಿನ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಟುಡೇಸ್ ಸೆಷನ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಮೈ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರಾಸ್ ಟು ಆಲ್ ದಿಸ್. ಐ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್ ಯು ಆಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಸೆಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಪತಂಜಲಿ ಯೋಗ ಸೂತ್ರ. Happy holy wishes to you all of you. Already in last two classes we have seen a lot of introduction about Ashtanga Yoga. So detailed introduction and all the intention of the yoga of everything has been we have described. We have seen that. Today straight away we enter into the topic. Ashtanga Yoga is 8-stepped, 8 limbs. We can call it as limbs we call. Anga is limbs, it is. 8, Ashta means 8. 8 limbs yoga. There are 8 steps of yoga is there. So that is called Ashtanga Yoga. YAMA NIYAMA, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dhyana, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. So that is 8-step asana is there. 8-step yoga is described by Patanjali. So in this we are coming from the grosser body to the subtler and subtlest body in order to bring it to our control. So we are coming from the outside world to the body and to the mind and to Atma. So like that is the journey. This Ashtanga Yoga journey is like that. First, Yama and Niyama handles external aspect of life. So it is mainly Yama and Niyama is handling our external aspect of life, means our character, our moral personality, and how we have to interact. And the external world may be anything, but external world is continuously changing. But in that continuously changing, we have to have our own character and our own moral personality before starting yoga or Atma Jnana journey. Because This external character troubles you when you are sitting for meditation. External habits, external interactions will disturb you. You cannot sit peacefully for meditation. So that is why first external world and external aspects of our life has to be first controlled. So first two steps, Yama and Niyama, handles external aspects. Asana and pranayama, as I said, it is already coming from the external world to my body. Immediately it comes. So I have already made a proper study of external world and how my personality is only interacting with the external world. So that personality has to be properly understood, what personality I should have. So that will be described in Yama and Niyama. Asana pranayama, as I said, from the grossest is external world. So afterwards there is little gross, small gross is my body. So I am coming to my body, it is physical personality. So earlier it was moral personality. So now we are coming into physical personality, and how to manage that, it will be taught in asana and pranayama, the second and third and fourth step. So in the fourth and fifth step, pratyahara and dharana. So already you have come to physical personality. In pratyahara and dharana, you are coming to your psychological personality, your mental personality, how to manage, how to work along with my mental management or mental personality or psychological personality. So that is the third and fourth step it deals. And the fifth and sixth step, dhyana and samadhi. It deals with the spiritual personality, that is the understanding Atman and how to go to Atman. The way to go to Atman is dhyana and samadhi. So or Brahman. But Atman and Brahman is one and the same. Atman is the small entity me, and Brahman is the universal entity. It is called universal consciousness. So Jivatma and Paramatma, what we call in the other language, Jivatma, Paramatma should get united. So my consciousness, my universal consciousness has to unite. So that is the spirituality. So that is spiritual personality has to be addressed, and how to reach that. So that is what dhyana and samadhi deals with that. So as I said, so first Samadhi Pada is there. First section of the Patanjali Yoga Sutra, 196 sutras are there. So in that Samadhi Pada is there. Samadhi Pada is the later subject. It is on the 7th and 8th level. But simply they have written in order to attract the people. First Samadhi, people will come, I think, like that textbook has been written. In the second Pada, it is called Sadhana Pada. So we have to do this sadhana. So without understanding this sadhana, and the third is Vibhuthi Pada, the final is Kaivalya Pada. So Sadhana Pada and Kaivalya Pada is only dealing with Ashtanga Yoga. So this Ashtanga Yoga Siddhi we have to first do before going to Kaivalya, Samadhi and Kaivalya. Kaivalya is moksha. Samadhi means almost you are attaining to the transcendental stage. So before going to the transcendental, you have to first understand external world, your physical personality, your psychological personality. All these three has to be managed interrelatedly. Independently you cannot manage. Interrelatedly you have to manage. After managing, you can go to Samadhi. After that, you have to go for moksha. So those are all the very higher terms are there. First this Ashtanga Yoga, whatever is there, we will be first studying that. So after studying that and practicing for a long time, then we will come back to Samadhi Pada and Kaivalya Pada. That is very, very abstract is there. Now if you say also, it will not be able to understand. So Ashtanga Yoga first we will be learning. That is what our topic and syllabus. Ashtanga Yoga, Patanjali Ashtanga Yoga. That we will straight away deal daily and detailedly. That is what we are doing. So in the 29th shloka of the Sadhana Pada, one aphorism, that is the sutra, one of the sutra, it talks about Ashtanga Yoga. YAMA NIYAMA asana pranayama pratyahara dharana dhyana samadhi ashtanga yoga yo ashtangavani anta. So that is the sutra. So that is what it says. So what it says in the step by step, it itself explains Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi, Yo Ashtanga Vani. So Yama means restraining from the good and bad to the sensual addictions. Yama. Becoming habituated to the disciplined life is the Niyama, which accelerates our yoga. So doing bodily postures in order to have the flexibility of the body. Body maintenance is very important. In order to have the physical health is the asana. Performing breath, that means once you control the body and your breathing also need to be controlled, and the enrichment of the pranic energy has to be done. Because we are weak in pranic energy, that means we are shallow breathing we are doing. We have to do the proper deep breathing in order to have highest energy in the body. So all these four, Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, and pratyahara is removing one's attention from the things pertaining to this existence. That means we are always hooked to the external world, things and all the things, people, or whatever the image or articles or whatever is there, we are already depending on so much. How to withdraw from this dependency? So physical dependency will be there. Psychological dependency, how to withdraw is the pratyahara. So shifting of attention is the next step. Dharana. That means from the external world, dharana means you have to shift towards the concentration, higher concentration. There are higher concentration when you make higher forces and higher energies, you are able to contact. So your body will be normal energy, it is there. When you are working with the higher energy concentration, you are psychologically lot of modification happens. So by that time, what you are thinking today, what you are seeing the world today, you will be seeing differently in your own this one. The world is remaining same, but now you are seeing in a different enlightened vision. So that is the level, is the dharana. After fixing the attention and bringing to the concentration, that is ekagrata, then only we can sit for meditation. So holding that attention for a longer period of time, or habituated to the higher forces, it is called. That means higher forces means in order to stay in a longer time in the same higher energy is called meditation. And experiencing the resultant force or resultant fusion, unity, that means the mind will be going to the next level, called it as transcendental stage. So that is the higher dimension, because we only know 3 stages of our living. So like last time I said, the liquids or any particle, anything is available in liquid, solid and gaseous stage. And there is a 4th stage is found out by the scientist, it is called as plasma stage. All materials available in these 4 stages. And your body is also a material. And we are also available in the spiritual plane. When you are talking, we are available only in 3 stages. We know only 3 stages. That is Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti. Jagrat is morning we are getting up from our sleep, is the Jagrat. It is awakening. Awakening is not a enlightenment. It is awakening waking up, we can call, not awakening. It is, we can call waking up. We are doing it. Is the physical body is waking up. That means in the night, when before going to sleep, we are removing our specs and keeping it aside. And we are removing all our shoes, everything we will be keeping it aside and going to sleep. So morning, when we get up, first we look for our specs. So like that, even in the night, we remove our body and we remove our mind. Both will be, we have removed means it is already slept deeply. It is not existing for the conscious mind, my own conscious mind. It is not at all this one. My body, how it is sleeping, whether it is covered, not covered, we don't know anything. And what is the position of that body, how it is sleeping, all these things we don't know. And if somebody in the neighbor, if they are talking about me, good or bad, it is also not known to my mind, because in the deep sleep I am there. That means mind also I am removing, and body is also is removed, and it is slept on the ground, but there is Atman is there. Atman only is Jagrat, but this physical body and mind is not Jagrat. It is slept, deep sleep is there. So morning when you get up, first before wearing your specs, getting up or waking up, the meaning is you are collecting your physical body and also your mental body. This body mind complex, first you are wearing, it is just like a shirt you are wearing. Waking up means what? What is the meaning of waking up? So the body and mind is slept, it is not there, it is removed. So again, first thing is waking up means you are wearing, it is just like a shirt, your body mind complex you are wearing. And then you are wearing spectacles. Then you are wearing one by one. Whatever is daily you are doing, everything you are doing. So getting up means you are removed, your body and mind kept aside. Now again you are waking up. That is called waking up. So we have Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti. So before going to bed, we may go to bed, but after some point of time, we call it as rapid eye movement, REM. There is a eyeball will be moving very fast when you are closing after 10-15 minutes. Slowly the mind goes to the dream state. It is not fully slept or not fully woken up. So it is half state, half woken or half asleep. So that state, rapid eyeball movement will be happening. Even if you observe, if you put a light and see, people eyeball will be rotating so fast, that side, this side, and all those things. So then that stage is called as a dreaming stage. So the dreams are happening. You may remember or not remember the dream, but it is happening. Your memory may not register that, but dreams are going to come, because dreams are the rehearsal of your imagination. Whatever happened, past, present, and future, that once rehearsal will happen. So that rehearsal will be there. So that dream stage is the second stage we know. Third stage is the deep sleep stage. I slept like a log. I don't know. I don't have this world experience at all. I slept like a log. We say morning, get up and say. That means that is the deep sleep stage also we know. But there is a fourth stage is called as matter exists in the fourth stage. Our body and mind complex also can reach a stage of the transcendental stage. It is called Turiya Avastha. That is the fourth stage. So that is Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti and Turiya Avastha. Turiya Avastha is called transcendental stage. So in order to go to that, Samadhi and Dhyana and Samadhi is required. So that is that level when we achieve, our mind focusing is very high, and our mind, all the dirt, whatever is there, everything will get cleaned up. All the unwanted dirt, everything is cleaned up. It looks like a bright mirror. Then Atman is visible in that bright mirror. Now my mind, body-mind complex is muddy. All impurities are there. This impurities, because of that, I am not able to see the Atman. So that is why we have to see, go to that level. So that is the transcendental stage. We have to get into that. So Yamaha. So Yama is the 30th shloka. It only deals the 30th aphorism. We call it as sutra. So what is Yamaha? It is prescribed in one sutra. Ahimsa Satya Steya Brahmacharya Parigraha Yamaha. So that is what it says. So that means, what is Yamaha? It has been totally given in one sutra. Ahimsa, Satya, Asteya, Brahmacharya, Aparigraha is called as Yamaha. These 5 things is called as Yamaha. Ahimsa, Satya, Asteya, Brahmacharya, Aparigraha is called as Yamaha. So again, Patanjali says, Ahimsa, what is meaning of Ahimsa? Ahimsa pratishtayam tatsannidam vairatyagaha. So I will be going in each and everything, but whatever the sutra is telling, I will be telling and going that. So Yamaha is the moral restraint. That means it is a self-imposed restraint. Consists of the following. That's what it says. That means, see, any restrictions given by outside people or outside world or somebody else, it becomes a rule for myself, and I have to obey. There is a lot of this one will be there. In order to obey somebody, my mind makes a lot of difficulty or lot of struggle. It makes. It gets agitated. Why I should follow? Why I should obey him? All these questions will come. So here what it is saying is, it is a self-restraint. It is a moral restraint. I only have to identify. I only have to restrain. If it is coming from outside, your always mind thinks why I have to obey. How to disobey only your mind will be thinking. So the Yamaha is the first grosser aspect of the world. Outside world, these are all the things is troubling you. So for that purpose, first you have to, first moral restraint. Self-declared rules you have to put. It is a self-discipline. It is not somebody is imposing you on. So you have to make your self-discipline. So for that, Ahimsa, Satya, Asteya, Brahmacharya and Aparigraha. Ahimsa is called as non-violence. So non-violence, that means you have to adopt non-violence. So this is said also, don't also. Don't is said in this Yama. Do's are said in Niyama. So don'ts and ahimsa, non-violence and ahimsa. See, normally all the yoga philosophy, all the Vedanta, Sanatana Dharma, they don't want to tell the negative word. Always everything they tell in the positive way. So because whatever the word first you hear, it registers very fast in your mind. So the same thing can be told, ahimsa can be told, don't do himsa. So that is a methodology anybody can say is that don't do himsa or don't do violence. So that is the negative methodology of telling it. So here what happens, don't do violence. When you say it is an external force is that don't, somebody is telling you don't do. So Vedanta and Sanatana is very, very careful in choosing the words also. So ahimsa they said. It is non-violence. So I am not indulging in violence. Non-violence means it is a self-imposed thing. It is a non-violence. So similar way things are spoken in Sanatana Dharma. They talk about positively negative things in this spoken. So that's why I said ahimsa is the first virtue you have to cultivate. Second one is satya. Satya is the truthfulness. Sach bolo. So always not for the external world or anything. First you have to start talking to yourself only. Let me tell the truth. So let me tell the truth in the sense, first before going to the external world, my mind only makes the rehearsal of the truth, not truth, what to speak, what not to speak, everything. So at least first you start within yourself, this is the true, this is the not the true. So first you take stock of it. That is called satya. Asteya, I will be talking in detail. Asteya is called as non-stealing. Don't steal. If I say, it becomes an external force. So how beautifully they have put this asteya. Non-stealing is a self-imposed thing. I am not stealing. I am not stealing somebody's. That on stealing will be dealt in detail. Anyway, this only I am introducing the word ahimsa, satya, asteya. Brahmacharya. Brahmacharya it is misunderstood as celibacy, as that is the brahmacharya for the students are required, or if they go to sannyas ashrama, that celibacy is required. When you are going, most of the 99% of the people are in grihastha ashrama, there also brahmacharya has to be done means, so you are married, you are eligible to do whatever your procreation, whatever is required, a body contact, everything is there. That is all normal. It is not telling it should not be done or whatever, it should not be done like that. Here brahmacharya is, so how much you have to indulge, what all has to be done, and you have to use your energy not only for sex, you have to uplift, and then only when that energy is there, it should not be wasted, it should be uplifted. That is for that brahmacharya is said. So the aparigraha is parigraha and aparigraha, steya, asteya, himsa, ahimsa. Like that positively negative word has been given. Aparigraha, it is called as non-greed. Greed is natural. Non-greed is my own set. It is not don't greed. No, that it is not telling. A non-greed is called aparigraha. So self-imposed greediness, I have to stop somewhere, not externally because somebody is telling you. So these are all five put together is called yama. Ahimsa, satya, asteya, brahmacharya and aparigraha. These are all the five things we have to adopt myself because of force, because somebody is telling, because Sanatana Dharma is telling, because Patanjali is telling. No. If you want to become a sadhaka, if you want to get Atma Jnana, if you want to get into liberation, moksha, then you have to start doing the sadhana. This is the first step of sadhana. Has to be done. See here, we will take one by one. Ahimsa. Ahimsa, including what they say is ahimsa is for external people, external violence and all okay. So to a level Patanjali says is, even while doing your asana and your diet and your thoughts, you should not punish your body-mind complex. So I do a difficult asana, I will be curling like this and I struggling and I am punishing myself. I am doing himsa for my own body. Whatever you are doing, you are physically or making exercise or whatever is there, there should be some comfort should be there. So that means you are punishing your body left and right. It is not bodybuilding exercise we are doing. We are building With a normal body also, even a thin body or not physically meant, this bodybuilding body is not required to make a yoga sadhana. So an ordinary body whichever can interact with the outside world and live, that body is sufficient. So you don't need to punish by doing so many strenuous asana and all. Asana, diet and thoughts also. So I am punishing my mind by thinking so many things. Ukraine bomb is happening. So if it falls on my apartment, all the thoughts I am only creating. So a lot of news may be coming outside. All thoughts are entering into you and you are punishing by your thoughts only. Outside thoughts may be there. Outside a lot of things are there. Everything should not enter into your house, no. Only when you open the door, it will enter. Otherwise, if you keep it open, people will start coming in and going and sitting and taking the articles from the house and go out also can happen. That's why you have a main door and also main gate. So that means even the thoughts has to be non-violence, thoughts has to be removed. It is not a, see, you have to be taking a stock. So that means, yeah, this is coming and troubling me. So you have to first witness that what all giving you trouble. So that is what ahimsa first we have to do for myself. So second step it says is, once you know yourself is, you are making ahimsa, your body mind complex, you are not doing himsa, then you will understand outside also similar type of body mind complexes there. Why I should make physical violence? It is physical violence towards other life forms. Maybe it may be man or animal, plant kingdom or nature. I need not damage all those things. I need not do violence on these things. So that is the second level automatically comes because first you are addressing yourself. So avoidance of physical violence towards all other spiritual entities. It is called as spiritual entity. That means every thing available in the world is God. So godly, so I am only human being, all other things are, I am only godly man, others are not godly man. It is my ego statement. So in the universe, everything is created by God. That is the property of the God. And in everything God is present. So that is why it is called as a spiritual entity. Even a mountain may be there, river may be there, plant may be there, forest may be there, or even an ant may be there, even a cockroach may be there, anything may be there. But everything is an entity of God. 84 lakh Jiva Rashis are there. All are entities of God. So you should not physically and should not do all the violence towards that. So that first only you cannot do that. That's why they say you do for your body mind complex first. So then you will understand, yeah, I am doing a lot of body mind complex, a lot of physical violence I am doing, all the types of violence I am doing. So I should stop to my body. Then slowly you will also go to outside people also, and outside world also you will not be doing it. It is a self-restraint. So that is what it is very important. So a traffic rule is externally forced on you. Fine is there, you cannot go in one way and all. But if you really understand the rule, yeah, one way if I go, somebody else is coming in his direction, I am troubling. So I will get killed also, or he will also be get killed. So if this is the understanding comes, the traffic rule is forgotten. I should not go in one way. That is automatically comes. You are not following the traffic rule. You are following the ahimsa methodology. So automatically you follow the traffic rules. So like that, what happens when it is a rule externally forced, your mind says why you have to follow. So your mind only, okay, no problem, nobody is coming at this point of time, let me cross one way. All these things is happening because my mind only gives permission. I am not having a self-restraint. Because of that only I do all these things. So we go ahimsa. Ahimsa is the first discipline. It's the first discipline. Ahimsa means we are asking to avoid something. What is something? We have to asking to avoid ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ it is not that externally, it is we ourselves has to avoid. We have to take a note of this very important statement again and again. I am telling is it is not due to Sanatana Dharma written Patanjali Yoga or some external force. Don't think all these things. It is I have to avoid. I have to start restraining. What all those things has to be, and we have to go one by one. We will go. So it is not a casual avoidance. Okay, avoid. I will not eat jamun normally, but this jamun looks very good. That's why I eat today. So that means casually I am avoiding, but once in a while I am going to eat. So that is not an avoidance. So it should be having commitment. So what type of avoidance you have to do is with full commitment you have to take up, because you are doing sadhana. You are not fulfilling, or you are not making an impression or impress somebody. You are not doing it. So now you are coming into your own personality. You are doing sadhana. You need not become popular by doing that. And I am very, very strict person. I am not eating at all. So after 10 people are there, 100 people in the marriage, you may say, I will not eat jamun, I will not eat sweet, I am not eating oily food, everything you may show off. But after going, everybody going, so you come to house and eat all jamun, ice cream and all, then you are having not, it is only for show off you have been doing it. So now you want to become sadhaka, you have to have your self-restraint. So first taking stock itself, yeah, I am doing like this. My mind has to accept, yeah, I am doing all this type of mischief. I am impressing people, but I am not following. So when you start talking to yourself, then these things will be emerging. So 2-3 times when you talk where you are doing mistake, immediately it will come to your mind. So when that mistake comes to your mind, so then you are already understood, yeah, I am doing mistake. Otherwise, I will be feeling I am not doing mistake at all. So then there is no scope for improvement. So when you do self-analysis like this, self-restraint, then you will be understanding, yes, I am doing a mistake, and your mind takes into just attending that itself, your mind is very sensitive. You need not force, okay, from tomorrow don't do it. Attending, only having an internal dialogue, whether I am doing or not doing. Take stock of what are the things I am doing. Ahimsa I am doing, so I have to take, I am doing satya, I am talking satya. I have to analyze myself, talk to myself. So first is talking. Once you talk repeatedly 2-3 times continuously, when you attend, you are already, your mind unknowingly, subconscious mind, it registers. It slowly, whenever next time you want to eat, it will be once again telling, you said you will not eat jamun, now you are eating. So your mind only becomes slowly restrained. So now your mind will take a decision not against you, it is towards you. It will say, anyway, you are doing sadhana, which is higher level, so you need not eat jamun. So like that, your mind only decides. Consciously, you cannot decide. So that's why what I am telling is, first we have to take stock, accept whether I am doing or not doing. So whether I am doing or not doing, when you are accepting, then slowly, I want to do sadhana. In order to do sadhana, these are all the hindrances already mentioned. So with this hindrance, can I go? My car is everything looking nice, but brake is not there. Do you start your vehicle, or you want to travel? No. So your mind says, yeah, this is a brake failure will be there in my thinking. So I have to properly tighten the brake. Automatically you will tighten. And what we do is we go to Kashi, we leave the jamun and come back. So whenever you see jamun, all the mouth watering is happening and your mind already eating the jamun. So that should not happen. So that's why first step is taking stock. So what all you have to do in Yama? They said 5 things. Pancha Vida Varjanam. They have said Pancha Vida Varjanam. 5 varieties of things has to be. Varjanam means avoidance or self-restraints has to be done. So first thing we already said is ahimsa. Ahimsa is avoidance of himsa. So don't do himsa. It is not that way it is said. It is avoidance of himsa. Who has to avoid? Myself has to avoid. So how to avoid? First, before that only I have to see whether I am doing himsa or not himsa. Self-dialogue has to happen. Whenever you sit idle, whenever you don't have anything, you can start thinking of ahimsa. Where all I have done in the past, where all I am doing himsa, what all the things are there. Yeah, I should have not done that. I have done that. So all these things analysis when you start, your mind is taking the stock of himsa, what all you have done. And your mind only says, after making that himsa, you have not gained anything. You are only troubled your mind and you are living like with difficulty the whole day. So now your mind says whether it is required, not required, everything your mind only calculates. You are consciously you are not calculating. Consciously you are taking stock. That's all. Rest of the things, subconscious mind and conscious mind are interacting by itself. So avoidance of what all the types of himsa, avoidance of physical violence against 3 things, 3 creatures. One is Jiva Himsa, Varjanam. Jiva Himsa Varjanam means, Jiva means what all there? Man, animal, plant kingdom, all types of 3 creatures are there. Man kingdom, animal kingdom and plant kingdom. Himsa, because the life is there in that, you can't do the himsa against that. Avoidance of physical himsa is the first step. So the second is avoidance of violence is against the organs of my own organs or external outside organs also. Karana Himsa Varjanam it is called as. So one is Jiva Himsa Varjanam, another one is called Karana Himsa Varjanam. It is called, what are the Karana? We are having 3 Karanas are there. That is called Trikarana in Sanskrit is called Kaya, Vacha, Manasa. So in 3 levels I have to avoid. Kaya is Kaika, Vacha means walk and Manaha is Manaha. So in these 3 stages I have to avoid. So first Trikarana means Kaika, I have to avoid physical violence. That means first I may be already matured, already 40, 50 years over now. I am not beating somebody, I am not doing anything. So like that, no, what is that? Already I stopped the violence. So why I should learn if you say it is not that. The violence is happening, you are putting it inside you. That is, you may be banging the phone, you may be throwing a pen, an article or a stone. Nobody is seeing that. Even in spite of it, if somebody puts a question or irritated to you, you are unknowingly, you are putting a key bunch very forcibly on your table like this. Like that if you put it. So that means you are already showing violence. You are not, somebody is not seeing that. You are already showing violence on, physically you have done the violence. You have not beaten that person, but you have beaten the table and you are hurt yourself also. So the violence is already happened. So that is called Kaika violence. So banging the phone like this, any things can be. say, or beating the people, beating anything. Suppose you may bang the door, kick the bucket. So anything you are doing because you are already agitated. So you are doing himsa. So now, sir, I am not doing himsa. I am not at all beating physically. Kaika means physically. Physically, I am not doing violence. But now you understand this methodology. If somebody asks coffee, you may not be interested to make coffee. You'll bring the coffee and make a sound, and your walking is tightened. Your hand, wrist, everything is tightened. You're already doing violence to yourself because you cannot show the violence on others. So that is why first step itself is said, whether you are doing violence on yourself, first you have to think. So once you don't want to do for violence for yourself, you are not going to do violence for others. So that is what it says. So all these physical violences, we have to take stock of it and we have to avoid. The second one is called as walk. Trikarna, this is the first is kaya. The second is vacha. Vacha means walk. So what happens? We are not physically doing, we already matured and everything. So we are kaika violence, somehow we are not at all doing. So, but still we do verbal violence, verbal interaction. So it is difficult, extremely difficult to control, but we are used to talk without thinking. So all the violence, what we are doing is, it starts with the fun. Any joke or any debate, it starts with laughing only. But at the end of the debate, the people will get hurt. The joke also, it starts general joke. After some half an hour after that, it becomes to person joke. So then people will get angry. So this all is happening. Walk is not thought. That means thinking is not happening. What word I am using? What is the methodology I am using? So I have to take stock of that. Talking does not require energy. Is my thought process is there. But talking also requires your energy. So brahmacharya, here only we are talking is, energy should not be lost. So unnecessarily you are losing energy. So energy required for making sadhana. So if you are wasting energy here and there, so you cannot get into sadhana. So what it says is there, we think words are coming free, but words are coming with lot of energy is required. But whatever word I want to use without any filtration, that does not require much energy. But what you want to use, the filtered word, the calm word, the quiet word, so that means it needs lot of energy, lot of focus is required. So that means when you are focusing energy, you are channelizing, so you have to choose the right words. So when you are choosing the right words, you are not doing himsa. So when you are choosing a wrong word, you are himsa. So this is called vacha himsa, vachika himsa. So then what happens? Slowly your samskara will improve. You are trying to use a qualitative word. You may be using a substandard word. Slowly you will be using a very sophisticated word which is not going to hurt in any fashion. You are already picking up a suitable word. You are not a loose word you are not using. So loose words slowly goes out of your personality. So when you start attending itself, loose words will not come. So when you are not having an attention on the talking, so then whatever the word, loose words, everything will come, hurting words, everything. So then I am doing himsa. So what has to be done for that? So unnecessarily why you are wasting energy? Talking also required energy, and also you are wasting lot of energy in choosing the words also. Slowly what it says is, more and more you become silent. So that is what Simply go on talking whether somebody is listening or not listening is required. Not required. It's a waste of energy. So doing that nonsense talking only, I hurt so many people without my knowledge because I am not taking into the stock of that. So that hurting the personality, hurting me, myself. So when I hurt somebody, he got hurt, he already start cursing me outside. So that means the energy imbalances will happen in me also. So all the things I am only creator, I have only created that. So quality control has to be done. A proper word has to be done, whether it's required to talk or not to talk. We have to also decide on that. Unnecessarily go on talking blah 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 is not required. Therefore, slowly you are already bringing your consciousness. You are already managing your conscious. So you have to do slow, step by step. It is not a once upon it, all of a sudden you cannot withdraw. So every time when you do analyze, when you analyze immediately it will come, yeah, this is today I have used 10 bad words. Tomorrow at least I should not use even one. So your own self-restraint happens. Your mind is very, very powerful computer. It will filter all the bad words and give you only good words. So the bad words is coming without your knowledge. So when you come to your knowledge, your words will become refined. You become already samskara purusha. You are already samskara, we say, is a very cultured family, cultured person, what we call it as. Like it happens because of the attending that. So we need to mentally stand. Mentally we have to imagine my person's other, when I am talking a word, whether that person after hearing this word, how he feels. So if that picture comes to your mind, automatically your words are filtered by your mind. Such a fast nanosecond, it is not required so much time. So talking only by I am explaining only taking time, but your mind once it started attending. So when you attend itself is sufficient. When you attend itself, it happens by itself. So verbal alertness is required. That is called as vachika ahimsa. One is kayika ahimsa we have seen. Another one is vachika ahimsa we have seen. It is looks to be tougher, but when you start attending your words, what words I have spoken, you have a lot of time now. So unnecessarily doing work you can stop and do towards this because you want to do sadhana. So when you want to do today morning to evening, what type of bad words I have used. So when you start attending itself, next time it will not speak. You need not tell the mind, yeah, these are the, you have accepted, no, these are all the bad words I have used. I should have not used. You are not publicly apologizing anybody. You are not going to talk to somebody. You are talking to yourself only. By talking to yourself and accepting yourself, your mind registers, subconscious mind will filter the word and give you the correct word in the next step. So that is sadhana. So this is how sadhana has to be done. So it can be done by practice and very soon you will achieve this. It is not a very difficult. So when before only when you say it is difficult and I don't want to do, that means you cannot do. So if you want to do, you can be done. If you don't want to do, it is no outside pressure is not there for you. You don't want to become sadhaka, don't become sadhaka. So that is what it says. So we have seen kaya himsa and vachika himsa we have seen. Manaha himsa. So we are doing from mind himsa. We are doing it. So what happens if suppose somebody harms me? So when somebody harms me, so if that person is very elderly or some respectable or he is very stout or they are stronger than me physically, bodily, or even in the, he may be my boss. All those things can happen. But he harms, somebody harms you. So it is already he has harmed you. So when he has harmed you, so you cannot retaliate physically, you cannot beat that person, You cannot verbally also, you cannot scold that person because he is elderly or bossy or strong person. He may be a bodybuilder. So if you can you physically beat him? Not possible. Verbally, can you tell something? He will beat you a lot. So you cannot do. So what you are going to do now? You are already cursing and cribbing mentally. So this is the activity we are immediately going to do. We are going to curse that person. We are going to crib on him and myself also. So like that, cursing and cribbing when mentally happens, it is called manasika himsa. I am doing himsa for my own mind. He may not be able to see that. So I am making himsa. My mind is becoming discomfort, uncomfortable. So what has to be done? By talking to yourself, anything outside is changed. You are not going to change. You are cursed him. What happened to you? You got your ego satisfaction happened. That's all. Anything happened? Nothing happened. So by cursing, one time you curse, 10 times you curse, morning to evening you curse, 1 month you will curse. So your time only, your mind only getting disturbed again and again. One time the incident happened, but you are rehearsing every day, every month, and some people even after 10 years they can't forget that incident. They go on rehearsing. Every time the same emotion comes. So all the emotions are this one. Whenever you are repeating the same emotions, inside your body hormones will get imbalanced and your health will go bad. So that is what it's saying. So we have to, first yama is non-violence. It is kayika, vachika, manasa himsa, varjanam. That means physical, mental, physical and verbal and mentally. So we should not do violence. That is what it says. With regard to whom? With regard to all human beings, animals and plant. So this is the, so these are all the preliminary steps before going into the meditation. So if you have this type of attitude in your mind, you already made agitation and then you want to sit for meditation. Can you sit for meditation? Or if you are holding something in your mind and then sit for meditation, possible to do? Not possible. So that's why straight away you have to work on this ahimsa, non-violence. Patanjali, he says, that is why first Patanjali has kept the dhyana, meditation in the 7th step. Samadhi is in the 8th step. Otherwise, directly he could have started meditation first only. Why is the 8th step only, 7th step and 8th step is dhyana and samadhi. Unless you prepare all these things, you cannot sit for meditation. So today, people will go to meditation classes without doing all these things. So they cannot achieve meditation. They may be sitting 20 minutes compulsorily, may be doing, but the result will not be coming good. So this is has to be done, is called ahimsa, has to be inculcated in myself without any force. I have to analyze, accept, then automatically subconscious mind will start driving it. The second one is called satyam. So what sutra says is satya pratishtayam kriyaphalashrayatvam is the sutra. This is only only one line. So 3-4 words only it will be there like that. So that means practice of studying the situation carefully before acting or reacting to them. So that is what it says. That means satya means you have to, it is a verbal satya you are talking. So the satya is mind is conceived as what is truth or not truth. And whatever that you are conceiving, it comes in your action. So before putting into action, you have to study the situation carefully and then react on the situation. So that means we are consulting our intelligence, buddhi. So without consulting the intelligence, the Satya cannot be found out. So we have to be honest first to ourselves. So without being honest to ourselves first, so I should not cheat to myself. So if we start doing again everything first you have to apply to yourself, then what you apply, by that your subconscious mind will become Jagrat. So when it will become aware, and even all the thoughts will get aware. So the series of thoughts, whatever is coming, is synchronized, channelized, and only good thoughts starts coming. Then good thoughts starts coming, Satya only will come. Automatically, you want to tell untruth also, you may not be able to tell. Like that it happens. In Sanskrit, one shloka subhashita is there. Satyam bruyat, priyam bruyat, na bruyat satyam apriyam. Priyancha nanrutam bruyat, esha dharma sanatanaha. It is said like that. Satyam bruyat, priyam bruyat. Na bruyat satyam apriyam. Very simple, very beautifully they have said this. Speak the truth. Speak the truth. Satyam bruyat. So that is what it says. Priyam bruyat means speak pleasantly. So anyway you are speaking, why you want to do roughly? So you also smoothly, pleasantly you start talking. So speak the truth, speak pleasantly. Satyam bruyat, priyam bruyat. Na bruyat, satyam apriyam. That means don't speak the truth in an unpleasant manner. So nobody likes, no. Even for me, somebody says you are something, you are not good, Prasad. You cannot directly say. You have to make the time when I can, whether I have that, what is say, the rapport is there with this person to tell whether he will agree and he may able to do. All those things has to be seen. Means don't speak the truth. I know this is the truth. You are black person, you are hefty person, you are stout person, you are not at all talking good, your smile is not good. Everything if you say directly, so it is an unpleasant manner. So satyam bruyat, priyam bruyat, na bruyat satyam apriyam. Unpleasant truth when you are telling. So unpleasant way you don't tell it. That is what the meaning of the Subhashita. It says, even if it is pleasant, don't speak the untruth. That is the next statement. It says, Priyam cha nanrutam bruyat, esha dharma sanatana. So some untruth, always gossip is always very, very pleasant. So because it is pleasant, don't speak the untruth. That is what it's saying. Priyancha nanrutam bruyat. That means even if it is pleasant, the gossip is very pleasant, but still don't tell whenever you are gossiping also. Unpleasant, untruth you should not say. So finally it says, Yesha dharma sanatana. It says this is the only path for eternal righteousness. That means in order to understand Satya, you have to do like this only. So that is what Satya, it is talking about that. It is avoidance of truth. It is not avoidance of truth. It is non-violence. It is not like that. It is Satya. You have to do. Asatya varjanam. So untruth has to be not spoken. Anruta varjanam. It is called as, Anruta is untruth, not Satya. So we should not speak such things. That means consciously you have to think whenever you are doing itself. Today how many times you have to take a stock. Everything starts with a stock. You have to take a stock accounting of yourself once in a day or twice a day. That is what called, when you are sitting making prayer with the God, simply doing the Sahasranama, Ashtottara and all will not help. When you sit here, before that what all I have done, you have to recall, good and bad, everything segregate. then you do the puja, punaskara and all. That is what required. So Anruta Varjana, by that time when you take a stock itself, your mind get alerted. Your subconscious mind will take the command and it will lead your personality. So if you want to speak, we should speak truth only. Speaking is going to be either redundant. So we have to understand. So whether it is redundant or harmful to others, so we should better to observe silence. If nobody is listening, nobody is caring for your word, why you want to speak? So be silent. Or if it is hurting somebody, so then also you know what is the temptation for you to speak. So be silent. So voluntarily, why do you want to do that harmful to others? So like that, Satya, when you are in the paksha of Satya, automatically your subconscious mind will guide you, direct you. But you have to only take stock how many times I have done every day. So once beginning 1 month, it may be difficult. Afterwards, whenever you are doing mistake itself, your subconscious mind will tell correct it also. So there you are becoming a sadhaka. So more important is talking about truth, but avoiding the untruth is more important. Talking about the truth, whether even if you are not telling the truth, nothing happens much. Nobody is. But untruth telling should be avoided. That is what it says, Satya. So that means Satyam Bruyat, I said no. So Anruta, that means palatable truth only. You have to. So you can call somebody, come on here, you are not intelligent person. You cannot do all like this. So internally also, why do you want to reinforce that? So let him be intelligence or not intelligence. You take a stock of it, keep it. That's all. That is Satyam. It is called Satyam Bruyat, Priyam Bruyat, Nabruyat, Satyam Apriyam, Priyancha, Nabru. Priyancha Anrutam Nabruyat. Yesha Dharma Sanatana. That is what it is, the Satyam is saying. So Asteyam is the third aspect of it. What is that Asteyam? Asteyam, what it says is Asteya Pratishtayam Sarvaratnopasthanam. That is the only one statement by Patanjali. That is the 37th statement. 37th aphorism in the Sadhana Pada. So, literally it means non-stealing. Non-stealing in the sense, it is illegal, illegitimate transaction is called stealing. Sir, today I have grown up, lot of money is there, why I should steal? I am very big person and all. So, but we know we are not stealing. Physically we are not going and stealing somebody. But in our illegal, illegitimate transaction is called as stealing. Suppose you call somebody, you cannot do a work, you call somebody, so the normal market rate is 500 rupees for that work. So you call him, bargain 300 rupees, and that man also maybe out of his own, this one he may come and do it for 300 rupees, and you may be feeling I have saved 200 rupees. That is called as stealing. That means illegitimately, illegally, that is the market is already 500 is commanding. You have duped that person by 200 rupees. So you are already already stealing happened. So to that level, we have to doing that stealing is, it is my own mind. So whatever has done is called stealing. Today nobody will go break open the house or steal somebody's bag material and all. That is not stealing. That is already stealing is happening. That level of stealing a cultured person is not doing. A cultured person is doing like this type of stealing. So we have to understand that stealing. And Steya Varjanam is called as Asteyam. Avoidance of stealing in all aspects. You have to do your 100% of the work, but you are doing only 10% of the work, and but only boasting you have done 100%. Your mind knows you are not put your 100%. You are already stealing the work. So you are stealing. Only you want name, because of that only you are making 10%, or somebody is doing the job, but you go and take a credit out of that job. You are already doing a stealing. So the stealing is happening in such a sensitive way. We have to understand that that is called stealing. Why it happens? So desire, Vivekananda says, desire or want is the cause of stealing. So what is the desire or want? So that means I want, you already have lots of things, but still you want something additionally also. So that desire is creating you to make stealing activities. So that is called stealing, has to be avoided. One more important thing is we have to understand the mechanisms of how the stealing is happening, where all it is happening. My mind has to understand. Our stealing happens because we are craving for artificial things. We are greed. So we have one camera, I need another 10 camera. So like that, artificially my greed is happening. So the greed or craving artificial needs is also, even you are not taken, but your mind already you have taken, I want one more. That is stealing. That is the level of stealing. So that means you already have something, you want some more, is a desire for stealing is happening because of that. So whereas here what it says is, the root cause for stealing is, I am feeling I am not sufficient, I am not good enough, or I am not recognized, I am not, all these things is my own self-dialogue only. This all makes me to steal. So the stealing habit comes, I have to have confidence on myself. The lack of sense in life, lack of whatever I only create now, lack of sense. I am not getting importance. I have to get importance, and I may steal something. That means some credit. Some of the work somebody has done, I have taken the credit and I got a limelight. So that means I am not satisfied the way what I am is my own problem. It is that is the starting point of the desire. So that means we have to have contentedness. Contentedness is it is only your own mind. So you have already something, but you want extra, is the greed. So the greed, if it is replaced with contentedness, you are not doing the asteya. Stealing will not happen. Stealing is happening. So now you want to get more, or you want to do the stealing. You have to give permission to your mind. So you are feeling empty sensation, you are going to steal something. You are going to steal the credit, you are going to steal so many ways. Not only money only stolen or anything like that. So you are praising somebody in order to get attention. Also is a stealing. Like that, your attention, you are not really praising her or him, but you want to get credit out of praising, that is a stealing, you are doing it like that. That is the way we have to look into. Insecurity is making me the stealing. Wanting feeling is making me feeling. So all these things is, I am thinking myself, I am incomplete, insufficient. So why it is incomplete? So that is what has to be understood. When you understood that, it will be creating the unity of the mind and body. That is called yoga. Union of mind and body together going towards higher level is called yoga. So for that, asteyam has to be learnt. Non-stealing has to be given to your training mind. That means when you are sitting calm mind, today what all I have stolen. So I have done, somebody has done kesari bath or whatever is there, but I only bring it and give it to the guest. And somebody is telling, oh, beautiful kesari bath, and you take the credit. Inside the house, somebody has done that. So small things also, I want to steal things. So these are all the things has to be, mind has to be given alertness. When you get the alertness, you are not going to do it. Automatically you are going into the sadhana path. So that is called as asteyam. Brahmacharya pratishtayam virya labha is the 38th aphorism. So in the Patanjali Yoga Sutra, Brahmacharya pratishtayam virya labha. So the energy conservation, it happens. So that is what it is required in the Brahmacharya. So wasting of energy is, see, one bulb is put off is 1 unit saved. 1 unit saved is 2 units saved, it is called. Because 1 unit you already wasted. Because somebody else wanted 1 more unit, I have to produce 1 more unit. That means 1 unit if you are saving, so 2 units are saved. 1 you have wasted, another one I have to produce new unit of electricity. So 2 units are saved. So like that, even all our activities in a brahmacharya means that energy where all I am losing has to be seen. That is first thing. Another one is in the yoga context also, all male female transaction. What has to be done in all male and female transaction? Inappropriate relationship be avoided. Inappropriate relationship, what level? At physical level, at verbal level, at mental level. So physically I am touching that girl or that lady, so that physical I may be avoiding. Verbally I am taking a, okay, oh to maja aata hai, aisa karke. So if you are doing that verbally, also you are already not doing brahmacharya. Mentally level is, so mentally only you are already absorbing all the aspects of the sex. So that means that is also your mind is not coming to ekagrata. You cannot make. So avoidance of inappropriate relationship between a male and female in the physical forum, verbal forum and mental forum is called brahmacharya. That is called brahmacharya. So that is called in Sanskrit is called as maithuna varjanam. So maithuna varjanam means it is not related to only body contact or something like that. So psychological contact also is a maithuna varjanam. It is mentioned in that way. So right use of the energy is required. We have to conserve the energy, restore the energy in order to go to the higher level of sadhana. The fifth one is called as aparigraha. So 39th shloka or 39th sutra says aparigrahastairya janma kartanta sambodaha. It says avoidance of hoarding or accumulation of possessions. So that is what it is saying. So that means I am having beyond my needs, and so needs and wants. Suppose the needs are met and the wants means I want another 10 of this, another 100 of this. So those are all the wants. It's only the number increasing what you are doing is a want. So that want is, you cannot even touch that 100 also. So instead of 1 you are having 100. So that will be lying there only. If you need some money for your living, beyond that it stays in the bank only. So even if crores of together is there, it lays in the bank or wherever it is there, it's there only. You need one house and then you are making 20 houses. So these are all aparigraha means It is a legitimately you must have earned, but during that legitimate earning, you don't know what all the things happened. So you are snatched. Somebody was God has given somebody. So you make your comfortable life. It is not saying. So beyond that, whatever your accumulation is called aparigraha. So over possession of wealth, but it is not called sannyasa. So you have to decide what is the limit you want. So after that, at least. So from now onwards, I don't want. You have to have your own limit. Otherwise, even up to 100 years, I am going to accumulate. Where is the stop for that? So that is called over possession has to be this one. Already your house, lot of articles are there. Lot of things are there. Still you are bringing articles. Still you are. So okay, if you want to bring some article, throw away all the declutter your house and then bring the new article. That's a sufficient. At least the decluttered articles will be used by somebody else. So that is has to be done. So aparigraha is over possession. So I have to think of over possession whether it is required or not. Over possession or aparigraha in 2 stages it will happen. First is have minimum requirement or whatever you need, whatever your comfort you have to decide. Because so your comfort is somebody's comfort is different. This one is there. But psychologically you have to analyze what is your comfort level. After that extra you are holding, never to be possessed by your possession. So that is the second thing is telling. This is a very sensitive thing. It says is you already having a possession, but you are becoming the possession. So you know I have a Mercedes and Benz car. You are already having a car, okay, but you are telling to 10 people possession of possession. So that is also called aparigraha. So that creates your mind disturbance, lot of disturbance. Because if you are telling you have a Mercedes Benz car, nobody is attending. Already you are having car, but nobody is attending of your words. You are not enjoying even that car also. And you are also feeling, see, lot of difficulty. I have achieved all these things, but nobody is recognizing me. All this problem, I am only creating that. So, never to be possessed by your possessions. That is what it calls. So, possessed means anything you can own, but nothing should own you. That is the philosophy. So, you can own all the things in the world, but that thing is called, it should not own you. That means it is elephant should wag the tail. The tail should not wag the elephant. Like that, we have to possession of the possession is also one of the this one. So that is what it says. God has given, it is nothing you have brought and nothing you are taking. You are only a caretaker in between your life. So today you are taking care of a house. You have earned money and you have purchased. But you cannot take it because it is lying here only. It is God's property. You are only a caretaker. God has given you as a caretaker. So your understanding should be as a caretaker of the materials, you should be there. All the materials, whatever you are having, you cannot take it back to your this one. Ma kuru dana jana yavana garvam harati nimeshat kalas sarvam maya mayavidam akhilam hitva brahma padam tvam pravisa viditva. So in Bhajagovindam he says, Shankaracharya, Ma kuru dana jana yavana garvam. So we are all having these possessions of Ma kuru dana jana yavana. So what we will have is on the money and jana, people possession, and yavana means beauty and all that energy, everything I have that possession. With that possession I am becoming ahankari. But what it says is yavana garvam harati nimeshat kalas sarvam. That means within a second God can take it back without giving you notice. Your beauty can be taken, make one accident happen, your beauty has gone. So without giving anything, so he can take back because it is given by God, and you are only making yourself the ahankara because of that garvam you are doing. Ma kuru dhanajana yavana garvam harati nimeshat. In a second, the God can take it without any notice. Harati nimeshat kala sarvam maya mayamidam akhilam hitva. All the things, whatever you are seeing is the maya. So Brahma Padam Tvam Prasam Pravisa Vidista. So when you want to attain Brahma Jnana, you have to work for that aparigraha. So you have to see that, and you have to have mamakara and ahankara. Both things are making you aparigraha. The mamakara and ahankara you have to remove from your thing. So for thinking, for that, you have to take a stock of thing, and you have to put a full stop somewhere. So without putting full stop continuously 100 years also, even on the hospital bed, I want to sign a will or I want to sign a property document means. So that means I have not satisfied myself. So that's what it says. Lord takes away within no time. You don't have to complain to somebody. So it was not yours, but it has taken. But now you're gone, I have lost, I have lost. Where was it? First it all. So first was also, it was not there. You are a caretaker, now caretaker has been changed. That's all. So that is the way when you start thinking, the mamakara, attachment towards that, ahankara, both comes down. So that is the first step for the making sadhana. So that is what it says. So with this we have attended all the 5 sadhana. Yama niyama, in yama, ahimsa, satya, asteya, brahmacharya, parigraha are the 5 step put together is called yamaha. So it is called mahavratam. You have to have that mahavratam in your dashboard. You have to have it in the daily, in your mind. It has to come. Whether I have done this, all these things, you have to take stock of it. When you are, nobody is seeing also, you have to do. For example, you go to a toilet and you have to put proper water and clean and come back. So if nobody is seeing, I am not even flushing and coming. So I am stealing already. My effort I am stealing. Nobody is seeing, no, this is a public toilet. So that means I have to have such a level of thought, attention has to be there. When you do that, automatically your thing will improve. So in order to practice yamaha, so what Sanskrit says is, Atmanah pratikulani paresham na samachare. It says is, whatever you think unfavorable to you, that means whatever you think it is unfavorable to you, it is unfavorable for others also. Because of that, don't do it. That's a simple statement. Atmana pratikulani paresham na samachare. So that is what it says. So by that our subconscious mind will get registered. Thereby my personality changes. So that is called this one. So if I hurt somebody, if somebody is hurting me, hurts me, same way if I am hurting somebody, also hurts somebody. So these are all the things has to be. If I am stealing something, somebody has stolen my thing, it hurts me. If I am stealing, somebody's also hurts me. Like that, everything, truth, everything, all the 5 things has to be seen in this. So this is, we have to think. If you are not practicing this, what happens? Initially, when I am violating, see, when I am telling a himsa, when I am telling a lie, first time a guilt will come. Your Atma Sakshi will come and tell, no, you have told the truth, no untruth. You should have not told. If you are not attending on that, so you are going to repeatedly do the violation. Because you are not attended. Yeah, I have done a mistake. It is the Atma Sakshi you have accepted. If you are not accepted, you are going to do from tomorrow another 10 violence, another 10 violation of your own rules. Your mind will get blunted. That means your sensitivity towards the truth, everything will go. You have become insensitive. Your consciousness will become stupid. And you cannot even understand the pain by yourself also, pain by others also you cannot understand. You have become already grossified. That means all the sadhana is coming from outside grosser world to the subtle world inside. But now my subtle to grosser I am going. I am not feeling the sense of the pain or anything. That means I have become insensitive. So we have to be very sensitive. These are all required to do for meditation and spiritual knowledge, Atma Jnana. So that is why Yama is an important stage, has to be followed. So with this, I am going to conclude today's talk. Dhanyavad. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayaha, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.